Hello and welcome to highlights of stage 5 of the Tour de France Femmes avec Swift from Châteauneuf-du-Poitou to Guéret. The longest stage of this year's race at 165.8 kilometers. A hilly day for the riders ahead, heading out of Futuroscope and the home of the FDJ Suez team. But an intermediate sprint with 39 kilometers to go at Dun-le-Palestel. Everything really back-ended on today's stage. We then had a Category 4 climb, the Côte du Chaban, the Côte du Pérou, shortly after with 22.6 to go. The intermediate sprint for bonus seconds had 8.6 to go. And then the summit, the Category 3 climb, Le Maupuy, with a technical descent down to the finish. It took a long time for the breakaway to be established. Eventually, Francesca Barale, Alison Jackson, Annika Dijkstra, Brodie Chapman and Kato Soto-Campos going clear. Barale, the highest placed rider on the general classification, 8 minutes and 24 seconds down. Unfortunately, Movistar had other ideas. They didn't want to let them go clear. Marion Brunel of Visma Lease Bike, the young French rider, unfortunately hitting the deck, and she wouldn't see the peloton again. 61.5 kilometers to go, the gap holding at just under 4 minutes. Marianne Vos going into the day in the yellow jersey. She had a 12-second advantage over Lorena Wiebes and Kim Lecourt in third place. 18 to Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, Cassia Nieuwiadoma, Demi Vollering, Anna van der Breggen, Puck Peterson, Niamh Fisher-Black and Chloe Dygert all in the top 10. 6, 4 and 2 seconds on offer at Saint-Léger-le-Guertois with 8.6 to go, and then 10, 6 and 4 seconds on the line. The pressure was really on in the peloton as the gap started to come down. Chloe Dygert in the center in the pink with the pink shoes from Canyon Shrams on the Crypto. Demi Vollering's FDJ Suez team all lined out in front of her. The peloton chasing behind. The breakaway rolled through the intermediate sprint with Alison Jackson taking maximum points ahead of Garale Soto-Campos with Chapman behind. The sprint for the next points, the minor placings, Lorena Wiebes in the green jersey extending her lead in that competition, while Marianne Vos in the yellow jersey crossing the line behind her. In the breakaway, though, the pressure was on. Annika Dijkstra distanced from the break under the pressure of Brodie Chapman. That would also be the end of the day in the break for Catalina Soto-Campos. In the bunch behind, it was go time. Ruby Roseman Gannon of the Liverpool Jayco team putting in a big dig on the front. The gap would start to tumble. Chapman took maximum points on the Queen of the Mountains ahead of Barale and Jackson. The pressure really on in the peloton behind. Justine Hechida, the Belgian champ, one of the riders really giving chase behind. It was down to just 51 seconds with 26.2 kilometers to go. It was at this point on this Queen of the Mountains climb that Brodie Chapman decided it was time to go alone. Alison Jackson quickly caught by the peloton with Yara Castelline of Phoenix de Koenig doing a monster job on the front of the peloton. She shredded the group, and one of the casualties would be Lorena Wiebes. And despite the best efforts of her teammate, world champion Lotte Kopecky, to keep her in contention, she wouldn't see the front again. Queen of the Mountains leader Elise Chabet leading over the peloton behind. She took the 1 point, and the group was really being thinned down to a who's who of favourites. Silke Schmolders, the next rider to attack, and with her went Maeva Schwiban. With each breakaway, it looked like the composition would be enough to potentially take them clear. Magdalena Valieris, Juliette Labousse, Ricarda Bauernfeind, all trying to get up to the breakaway. Alarm bells, though, would be ringing with the movement of Marianne Vos. Was she trying to give herself a little bit of drift room with the final climb approaching? She was quickly back in the fold. It was on to the Saint-Léger-le-Guertois climb, and Cassia Nieuwiadoma was being paced by Chloe Dygert. At the summit, though, Kim Lecourt took the bonus seconds ahead of Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, with Cassia Nieuwiadoma crossing the summit in third. She took the 2 seconds. Lecourt was edging closer to the Maillot Jaune. Marianne Vos distanced behind. She was with the teammates of Vollering. Over the top, Anna van der Breggen made a big move, and this took the group down considerably. SD Works had been talking down their objectives for the day, but we'd seen what Anna van der Breggen could do with that comeback win in the Vuelta. It was down to a really select group with Cassia Nieuwiadoma railing it down the descent. It was still together. Neuvierdoma, Vollering, Van der Breggen, Ferrand-Prévot, Kim Lecourt with Sarah Gigante, the teammate of Lecourt, coming back to them at the bottom of the descent. It was clear that the stage winner was coming from this group, with the Puck Pieterse and Cedrine Cabal group behind through the Flamme Rouge. They all knew what Kim Lecourt could do in the sprint. Paulina Royakkers looked like she was going to make the move. Van der Breggen hit the front, and as they opened up for the sprint straight down the centre of the road in a similar fashion to Liège-Bastogne-Liège, Kim Lecourt took off. Demi Vollering was closing. Lecourt sat up to celebrate. Vollering threw the bike at the line, but Kim Lecourt makes history, takes Africa's first stage win in the Tour de France Femmes, with Marianne Vos leading the group in behind, a touch around 35 seconds behind. 10, 6 and 4 bonus seconds on the line, a stage win, and back into the maillot jaune for Kim Lecourt of AG Insurance Soudal. That was the gap on the line. Demi Vollering's big throw, not enough to take the stage on this occasion. Kim Lecourt takes it of Demi Vollering and Van der Breggen in third. Neuvierdoma, Ferrand, Gigante, Royakkers, Vos, Musique and Chabet, your top 10. Another day, another podium for Kim Lecourt makes history. The Mauritian is just writing her own history in this Tour de France Femmes avec Zwift. Kim Lecourt moves back into yellow, now leads 18 seconds ahead of Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, with Demi Vollering now up to third at 23 seconds. All our big name favourites for this year's Tour de France Femmes are in that top 10. She's had it once already in this year's Tour. Is this a sight that we're going to see for the rest of this year's Tour de France Femmes? Kim Lecourt is on great form. Now we head into the mountains proper, from Clermont-Ferrand to Ambert. 123.7 kilometers awaits the riders on stage 6. This AG Insurance Soudal team are going to have a big job to defend that jersey. They're looking strong. The Tour de France Femmes is going to hot up in the days to come. 2 Cat 3s, a Cat 1 and a Cat 2. That bonus sprint to come, and then the run down to the finish. Join us for more action tomorrow.